Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is July the 22nd, 2020, and today my topic is in our image, aka boxed in. I guess today I just was reminded of, how we as humans, I guess I would say maybe it's in an attempt to understand God. It's like we, I guess, create our own images of God and, or like I said, box God in with what we think he should be and everything like that. Again, like I said, I understand, the attempt of trying to, I guess, understand God and, know God and everything like that. But, I guess, to a certain extent, it just crosses a line to then kind of make our own image and idea when, at least when it comes to the Bible and the Word of God, or those of us that believe it's the Word of God, it's like, it's kind of, I feel like the Bible reveals who God is. And if you take that time to read it and study it and allow him to lead and guide you through it, to me, it's kind of, I feel like you will see. But, I guess the thing, let's take a look at it today, y'all. Let's talk about it. I guess in my humble little opinion, I guess to a certain extent, I understand wanting to, I guess, have a tangible, connection to God. I guess I can understand that part of it, but at the end of the day, I just know that in the Word and in the Bible, there's several accounts and several verses that is letting us know that we should just, basically that we shouldn't be making any idols and things like that, but yet, we still find our ways in that place of doing those type of things. I guess I was reminded of, about the golden calf first. I was reminded about that over in Exodus, and it's Exodus 32 in particular, and you all can that's going to be part of your Go Deeper section. You guys can check out that account right there about what the, the Israelites did when it comes to Moses receiving the 10 Commandments, and then they were down there, creating a golden calf. You guys can check that account out on your own. But, I guess the thing that always confused me about these accounts and about, I guess, the people of the Bible is like, why, I use my why for? But yeah, like, why, how, they had so many brilliant signs and wonders and things happen, yet they still wanted to, I guess, make their own way or their own image. But then again, I can't really look down on them because, how many of us are actually doing that today as well? I feel like it's not so different, things that are happening today is just may look a little differently, or, we may not be necessarily making golden calves, but, I'm sure there's a lot of things that we put in the place of God. So, well, y'all, like I said, we got a lot of, I guess, verses and stuff to reflect on. If this is something that you're kind of struggling with or whatever, I feel like the Word of God itself is going to address it. Just me looking through and finding verses today, there's so many verses that addresses this topic and everything like that. But I'm just going to give you all a few of them to start with. You guys can peruse the rest on your own. In Exodus 20:3, it says, "Ye shall have no other gods but me. I'm going to read exactly what it says. It says, you shall have no other gods before me. You can reflect on Exodus 20 and 3 and 4, at your own leisure, but it's pretty clear, that we should have no other gods. And so, the whole creation of idols and this idea of, I saw a post recently, and, this is again one of those things I wasn't necessarily ready to tell you because it's not in my notes to tell you. But I saw this post and it said something along the lines of, instead of, people want to worship the universe instead of the one who made the universe. And I'm like, I guess it just coincides with what the word says and what this says. It's like, yeah, again, we're just so quick to create our own image of God rather than really acknowledge and seek God's face about his actual image and what he wants us to know. Now, again, I totally understand. I feel like there's just things that we're just not going to fully understand regardless. Even, the word reveals it and everything like that. But I feel like when it comes to God, he's a multifaceted being that we may not fully understand every aspect. I know when we think about the whole Trinity and everything like that, it could be confusing. Father, Son, and Spirit, how, all of that. I get it. I totally understand. But at the same time, I feel like if you seek, you will find, according to the word of God. I just say we need to get in that book. But Psalms 135, 15 through 17 says this right here. The idols of the nations are silver and gold, the work of human hands. They have mouths but do not speak. They have eyes but do not see. They have ears but do not hear, nor is there any breath in their mouths. So again, it's like, we take that time and we worship these things that we create, these things of silver and gold, these idols or whatever you want to call them. And it's like, well, check this out right here, y'all. Habakkuk 2:18 says, what profit is an idol when its maker has shaped it a metal image, a teacher of lies? For its maker trusts in his own creation when he makes speechless idols. So, and then Psalms 135:18 says, they that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. So that pretty much says those of you that are making idols of your, gold and silver and metal and all these things, you are like the idol you make. Oh my goodness. Which takes me back to that other. Y'all don't know if they listen. I don't know if it's pulp or some good juice for y'all, but that just reminded me of that other verse. It says that, it says they that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. And what did that other verse say about idols? Mouths but do not speak. They have eyes but do not see. They have ears but do not hear. Nor is there breath in their mouths. My goodness, I don't know listen, y'all might need to reflect on that. But for me, I didn't even realize that was going to do that, right? But wow, like, do we want to be speechless idols? Do we want to be blind? Do we want to not see like these idols that we worship? That's something deep to think about. Y'all think about that. Let that marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. While you're doing that, check out Isaiah 44, 9 through 12. That's going to be in your Go Deeper section as well. I think, for me, I guess when it comes to this subject, basically all the Go Deeper section is going to just be entirely in the Word of God. Just reflecting on what God has to say about himself and what God has to say about putting other images in his place. That's what it's going to be about. Because, I'm just going to read this right here. Let me keep going. Romans 1:21 and 23 says, "For although they knew God, they did not honor him a God or give thanks to him. But they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal men and birds and animals and creeping things." Man. I guess here's one way to think about it, and this just I guess to wrap it all up. Okay, maybe we can all relate to this, okay? Those of us that are creatives. Say you create a work. Maybe you create a work of art. Maybe even if you're not a creative person, maybe you're like a businessman or something like that. Maybe you built, a business. And then instead of you getting the recognition for the business you built or the art you made, I guess the people decide to say that let's get in, I don't know, it's like a banana. It's like the most random thing. People want to say that the banana built the business, or the banana created your artwork. I don't know what that would do to you as the creator of whatever the artwork is or whatever the business is, but I hope that gives you some understanding of how God may see this whole thing. Cause that's the example that just came to me right now. As I guess mentioning yesterday, we have some of the characteristics of God. So, if we would get upset or angry about such a, scenario happening in our own personal lives with our own personal gifts or our own personal, things that we do, how much more is God upset or just disappointed when we give his glory to just inanimate things, inanimate objects that we create. I don't know, y'all. Y'all might want to just let that marinate today. Just think about it. Some more things to check out, friends. Check out 1 Kings 18:25 through 29. It's the account of Elijah, one of my favorite parts in the Bible. Check that out, man. And then also, I guess my last little reflection for you all, and thing that hopefully will help us all in this subject, is to just pray. Pray that God reveals himself to you through his word. Just take some time, read the word of God, and see what he has to say to you, and see what he reveals about himself to you. Let's not try to fit him in our box and make him in our image of what we think he should be. Why don't we get to know who he actually is? The Bible verse of today is Phillipians 4:8. It says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray that you all can go forth and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.